Hello and welcome to the Intuitive Messenger channel. I am the one they call Mitchell, and this is your energy forecast, intuitive development, and some spiritual teaching for today, Sunday, October the 19th, 2014. As always, thank you for taking time to retweet, post, subscribe, become a fan, adjust your camera so we can get the hair in there. I'm not vain. Composition is important. I've set it up so everything behind me looks nice. And when Fabian, my partner, even says, your video looked really nice in the hotel room, I'm like, oh, thank goodness I did well. Because that's not always my best suit. So anyway, I am still here in Dallas at the TerraCon, Terrasophy Terra Professionals Conference, having an amazing time. I mean, when you're sitting at a table with Kim Huggins, who's done the book for Eric Dunn's Illuminati deck, and you're having a conversation with Barbara Moore and Angelo and Judith Hitchman, who's moving to Florida. It's a fun day. A couple things real quick. Judith shared a deck. It was like a past lives oracle deck from Doreen Virtue and Brian Weiss. Really, really neat. Check that out. Also check out Andrea Green, anything she publishes, because she's here. I didn't know, but it's actually Tally Goodwin. So I'm very excited. And Anthony Lewis, Anthony Lewis was a great one for beginners, everybody said. So I'm learning a lot about these new people and their new work. So diving into today. Today is number 19. What card is that in tarot and the majors that we work with, that Spirit walks me through and teaches you and gives us a forecast? That is our sun card: birth, beginning, start, willpower, often babies. It just feels bright. It feels illuminating. It feels very virtuous and fun. Don't know where that came from. And then also 19 boils down to number 10. And we've talked about number 10. It's a powerful significator right now for Jamie, and it has become for me as well. It's also that wheel card, or wheel of fortune. And that can be about getting on that merry-go-round and going round and round and round, often like a hamster on the wheel. You don't know how to get off sometimes, or fear about getting off. But also, Wheel of Fortune offers so many opportunities in and around you, and that's a beautiful thing too. So Marcus Casts just posted or commented on one of my photos. A little window popped up. So how amazing is that? A lot of fun. So, and also 10 boils down to number 1. What is that? Our magician. Our magician has everything he needs, right? All the suits, everything in front of him, ready to go. He often can be that trickster, though, so be careful, because he's just come out of his fool nature and he's on the journey. So he's still a little young and fresh, but still has everything within them. Add all the numbers up and you get 18. That was the card we had for yesterday, which was our moon card. You know, the reflective power of the moon, the intuitive power of the moon. Also, 18 boils down to 9, hermit. Get quiet, introspective. We're still in Mercury retrograde, so enjoy this moment of looking back and reflecting. And then the card I pulled for yesterday was the man from Lenormand, which is often just about the subject of the person. And then the Ace of Swords, brand new idea, beginning, or thought, idea of logic. Air element. So very, very beautiful. Let me pull again another card for today, the 19th, and that is going to be from Lenormand, letter. This has been on my mind too, because this can be about contracts, agreements, things that you sign, things that you send, letters, communications, emails, texts, things of that nature. So that's the area of the subject we're looking at. So man, Ace of Swords, new idea, letter, echoing again and again, for me and for my journey. Let it flow and work for you and your journey. You don't have to force it, but when it feels right, that's when your intuition is kicking in and Spirit's working with you and through you. Then the tarot for today, the 19th, is going to Ace of Coins. This is about new beginning, career, money, finances. So the man, letters, 2 aces. All right. Need we say more, people? Need we say more? And thank you for letting me be a little selfish and these be about me. It's so on my mind and in a very beautiful, positive way. So shifting on to the next day. So for tomorrow, the 20th, this is one of my favorite cards lately, the Judgment card, being freed from the things that are holding you back. Often it's these spirits rising up out of the ground from the grave, kind of Gabriel blowing that trumpet, freeing the dead from the bondage they've had. But it's also the second to the last card. So it's almost like, wow, I finally get it. I finally get it. And then we jump back in the cycle all over again. We become a fool once again for another lifetime, another chapter, another book in our lives. And then 20 boils down to 2, our High Priestess, a card that kept popping up for me yesterday, a card that I strive for. She is wise. She has wisdom. She's knowledgeable. She knows the law. She's very intuitive. She would be like that old crone in the city or the small village where everybody comes and gets their tea leaves read or the Lenormand cards done. So she's very, very powerful and intuitive. And then also all the numbers add up to 10. We just talked about the wheel. That comes up again. And number 1, which is the magician, it comes up again. So far this month, everything keeps overlapping day after day, day after day, which again is probably why Spirit had me do 2 days in a row rather than the week-long thing, because this month was going to, and I like this better than the week-long. It works really well for me. So now a lenormand for today, or for Monday the 20th, is going to be birds. This is number 12. This is communication. This is, jibber jabber, talking back and forth. This can be about, kind of gathering together for conversation, for talk, for gossip. So again, more communication, wonderful. I feel like tomorrow is going to be a day where I get personally communication from all these aces of swords and wands and letters, or swords and coins. And this letter about me and communication and the TV and contracts moving forward. So it feels very, very positive, and continue to hold it up in that light. The tarot for Monday, the 20th, is going to be Lovers. And this keeps popping up too, as about unions and contracts and agreements for me. So I have a feeling we'll be in talks. I'll be in talks tomorrow about this contract, about this agreement, about this connecting. But for you, this may be a day of really connecting with your lover, really connecting with someone, or meeting someone for the first time and talking on the phone till 2 in the morning. So definitely communication between your lover, another person. Again, being freed from the things that are holding you back, knowing you have everything within you, and even that communication. So this could be the High Priestess. This could be in communication, with soulmates that are crossed over on the other side. So very fun and neat message. So real quick, some of the teaching I want to give you, I've got a whole pad full of stuff, but I want to talk about what Barbara Moore talked about yesterday. And it just hit me and resonated so strongly because of it's called, her little talk was about tending our spiritual tower. And I love that she was bringing in the spirituality into this. And then of course the tower card is one that, pops up a lot. And I'm trying to, let me see. So the tower, these are some of the things she said. It's unexpected. It destroys what we come to depend on. It removes that which no longer serves us. Now that made, right now my heart is racing again, and I got chills. So tower removes that which no longer serves us. And that is one of the things I often talk about. The tower card is like tilling up the garden. Okay, the harvest is done. You just got dead plants sitting there that aren't going to produce again. Tear it up, and what are you going to replant? How are you going to move forward from here? Also, I love this that she said, divine's way of nudging us towards growth. And that fits so well in with the garden aspect. But really, really beautiful how she talked. There's so much more. But, and then the other final thing that I want to say is, she said this, do we have to have a tower experience? And I remember just under my breath, I'm going, no, I don't think we have to. And we talked a little bit afterwards, and she's like, I don't know that we have to either. She said, maybe, maybe not, but why not step into that belief that we don't have to have it. We can change. We can move forward and not have to go through that complete dismantling. And I kind of feel as I'm sitting here, Spirit, saying a lot of times it's just about the perspective, because the image I use of tilling up of the garden, that's not a bad image. I mean, it's work, but it's not a bad image. That the garden is dead. It's produced its fruit. Maybe a relationship was a soul contract that has produced its fruit, and it's time to let it go. We as humans hold on to it so long because society says we have to. You're supposed to be death till us part. Till death do us part. Job. You know what? Somebody yesterday, I was talking to him about the TV opportunities and all this stuff, and they said, and then I was talking about my life. She goes, wow, this is over the weekend. She says, wow, you've done a lot. And I think I have. And if I hadn't maybe dismantled, tilled the garden, and all the different careers and jobs and things I've done and had and spent years at working at, if I hadn't moved on from them, maybe another soul contract that had ended, I wouldn't be at this point being able to step into my own TV show that allows me to use my entertainment acting skills, allows me to use my psychic medium skills, my skills of teaching improv, any of the artistic background that I've had, my exercise, my nutrition, all the areas that I've worked in are coming to, they're coming to a nice pimply head, and it's going to all over the TV screen. So yeah, so think about that. And then, so with work, with family, sometimes the contracts end, sometimes the tower, but I don't think we have to go through that lightning hitting the tower and taking us all the way to the ground. I'm thinking I'm just going to walk over to the elevator, press the ground level button, take the elevator down, walk out before the tower collapses. That, I think, is how we can avoid having a tower experience. So that's what I say to you. Oh, and because of the inspiration this weekend, I came back to my room and Spirit said, you need to discount a read. So I jumped on and I pulled The House of Life, which yesterday as I'm sitting there watching Marcus Katz again, I thought, oh, this is where I got this was from him. So on my website, intuitivemessenger.org, the House of Life spread is kind of based on Kabbalah and lenormand, but it's 10-card spread. You can go look at it. It's under the YouTube readings, but it usually is $40, but I dropped it down to $30, but you have to buy it before I arrive back in Florida, which means by tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That's what Spirit said. You know I'm a businessman, but also sometimes Spirit says, just do this. So it's my Dallas TerraCon special that lasts until 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. About 5 or 6 people jumped up. It's interesting. I will say this too. In the last maybe 2 weeks, I've probably lost like maybe 10 people, but I've gotten more than that back. And whenever I see people kind of clicking and dropping off, I know it's the weeding of the garden. It's the tilling of the garden. And I know big things are about to happen. So namaste. Have an amazing day. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Tune in to Jamie tonight. She'll be solo on Cosmic Caffeine, but I have a feeling somehow, some way, something, she's going to have co-hosts or guests popping in and out. So it should be a fun one. I'll try to listen to the recording, or if I happen to be driving or back in my room for a break, I'll pop in. Talk to you tomorrow. Have a nice, wonderful day. Namaste. Bye-bye.